A man falls from a 3-story building, yes, 3 whole floors up. That's the kind of fall that usually ends in tragedy. And to make things worse, he doesn't just hit the ground. No, he comes crashing down on top of a car. The sound alone must have been terrifying, like something straight out of a nightmare. Now here's the part that will make your jaw drop. Instead of broken bones, blood, or even the tiniest scratch, this guy stands back up, completely fine. Imagine everyone around him, frozen, expecting the worst, only to watch him dust himself off like nothing happened. Some people say it was pure luck. Others are calling it a miracle. But think about it. How do you explain something like this? A fall from that high should have been deadly. Yet somehow, he walks away, as if some invisible force protected him. Whether you believe in miracles, crazy coincidences, or just pure chance, one thing's for sure, this story will leave you with chills. Because if something like this can happen, what else is possible? While hiking through a quiet forest trail with his dog, everything seemed peaceful at first. The sun was slipping behind the trees, the air was cool, and nothing felt out of the ordinary. But then, the dog suddenly froze. His ears shot up, his fur stood on end, and he started barking non-stop. The hiker immediately knew something wasn't right. Dogs don't just act like that for no reason. So, the person scanned the darkening woods, searching for what had shaken the dog so, and that's when it happened.
Ollie, what are you barking at? The dog was barking hard.
You know your business better than anyone, right? So why not build an app to run it with Base44? This finance app solves your business.
Man, it's a full moon tonight, yo. Full moon tonight. I don't know what the hell he's barking at. I have no idea. What the hell is he barking at? What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that, y'all?
Two glowing red eyes staring back from deep within the trees. For a few seconds, the hiker couldn't even move. The forest fell dead silent, as if everything around was watching too. Were those eyes just a trick of the light? Maybe some animal is hiding in the shadows? Or could it be something far more chilling? Like the legendary dogman people whisper about around campfires? The most unsettling part? Those eyes never blinked. They just hovered there in the dark, glowing, unblinking, waiting. Some say it might have been a prank, someone hiding with a flashlight. But others believe it was something unexplainable, something beyond human. One thing's for sure, the dog sensed it first. And sometimes when your dog reacts with that kind of fear, it's a warning you should never ignore. Because in the woods, you never really know what's out there. While riding a bike through a forest, this person thought it would just be another calm trip down the trail. The trees surrounded every side, tall and silent, with only the sound of tires crunching against dirt. It felt peaceful, until that peace shattered in an instant. Out of nowhere, a scream tore through the air. Not just a normal scream. This one was blood-curdling, the kind that makes every muscle freeze before instinct kicks in. rider immediately pushed the pedals harder, racing through the path, trying to escape whatever made that horrifying sound. But here's the chilling part. The scream didn't even sound human. It was distorted, echoing through the forest like something straight out of a nightmare. Some people might say it resembled the call of a Wendigo, a terrifying creature from old legends said to haunt the woods and mimic voices to draw people closer. Others might argue it was just a wild animal. Foxes and owls, after all, can make noises that sound eerily human when the night amplifies them. Still, the rider swore this was different. Every push forward felt like being chased by something unseen. The forest no longer felt like trees and shadows. It felt alive, watching, waiting, and that scream, it never left the rider's head, echoing even louder than the sound of the bike wheels. It's the dead of night, 3:54 in the morning. The house is quiet, the neighborhood asleep, but right outside the front door, something terrifying is moving. The security camera flickers on, and there they are. Not one, not two, but several mountain lions are creeping through the darkness, just a few steps away from the porch. The eerie glow of their eyes pierces the night, and every movement makes the air feel heavier. This isn't a random sighting either. Neighbors in the foothills just south of Santa Barbara have been whispering about it for weeks. A family of 4 big cats, a mother and her 3 young ones, have been roaming the streets after dark. And now they're right here, almost close enough to touch. The footage reveals them moving calmly, almost like they own the place. Then, just as the camera is about to time out, there's a shadow, a shape, another one coming up the path. But the screen cuts to black before it's clear. Was it the missing 4th lion, or could there be even more? Back in 2013, 2 American tourists were exploring the coast of Scaaaryyyyy, Israel, when they stumbled upon something bizarre perched on a rock just off the shore.
That's a weird-looking seal, man. Are you filming this? Yeah. How do you, where's the zoom on this? Yeah, it's that button. Oh, there, I got it. Oh my God! What is that? Did you get that? Tell me you got that. Let's see that. What's that? It's not a Oh my God. Oh my God.
At first glance, it looked human, but the lower half was undeniably that of a fish. Shocked, they whipped out a camera and zoomed in, trying to capture the strange figure. But as if it sensed it was being watched, the creature suddenly slipped back into the waves, disappearing into the depths. Ever since, the clip has divided viewers. Some insist it's just another hoax, while others point out that even Animal Planet once aired eerily similar mermaid footage. So what do you think? Was this a real-life mermaid sighting? A siren straight out of legend? Or perhaps an entirely unknown aquatic cryptid? 2 friends thought they were just going on a peaceful hike through the woods. The sun was shining, the trail was quiet, and everything felt normal. At least at first. But here's the thing about nature. You never really know what's out there with you. As they kept walking deeper into the forest, something felt off. The air got heavy, and the silence wasn't calming anymore. It was almost too quiet, like the whole forest was holding.
Want to listen YouTube music offline anytime and anywhere? Veeeeryyyy helps.
Its breath.
Don't look at what's in front of you. Boost, moving up and down again. Men go mad.
Slow, deliberate footsteps echoed from behind them. Not rushing, not running, just following. They turned around, and for a split second, they caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure standing between the trees. Not too close, but not far enough to ignore. The figure didn't say a word, didn't move, just stood there, watching. Imagine standing on the edge of a giant mountain. Except this mountain isn't just a mountain. It's alive. It rumbles. It breathes smoke. And at any moment, it could unleash pure fire from deep inside the earth. That's exactly what happened to one hiker. She had been climbing for hours, excited to finally reach the top. But instead of a beautiful view, she was greeted with something terrifying. Thick, black smoke pushing out of the crater. The air grew hot. The ground shook beneath her boots. And suddenly, she realized she was standing on an active volcano. Now here's the chilling part, that smoke could have easily been something far worse. Lava. Burning, unstoppable rivers of fire that swallow everything in their path. Just imagine looking down and seeing the ground glowing red, knowing there's no way to outrun it. Hiking an active volcano isn't like hiking a normal trail. You're walking on top of a ticking time bomb. Toxic gases, falling ash, and landslides, all waiting to strike when you least expect them. And if lava does appear, there's nowhere to hide. So, the next time someone talks about climbing to the top of a volcano, remember this story. It might sound adventurous, but one wrong eruption could turn that adventure into the last hike ever. While hiking on the Lake Clementine Trail in Auburn, California, a group of friends thought they were capturing fun memories, but instead, their cameras recorded something no one could have imagined. The final moments of 19-year-old Raymond Cabalfin Jr. At first, the day looked perfect. The trail was alive with laughter, pictures, and videos. But just a few steps near the American River turned everything upside down. The water looked harmless, calm even. But beneath the surface, the current was a silent danger waiting to strike. As Raymond got closer to the river, the unthinkable happened.
Hey, wait, I'm gonna record this.
His memories right here.
Hey, so we got my cousin, we got my boy Ray. All right, Ray, go for it. Do it, Ray, go. Go. 2, 1. Whoa. Herman's gone. Oh.
The strong current pulled him in with terrifying force. His friends shouted, some reaching out in desperation, others still holding their phones in shock, not believing what they were seeing. Within seconds, Raymond was swept away, gone before anyone could react. The haunting part? The camera didn't stop rolling. What started as a fun memory became a chilling recording of a young man's final moments. Rescue teams searched, but Raymond never made it back. Now, his friends are left with a video they'll never forget. A reminder of how quickly joy can turn into tragedy. This heartbreaking story shows just how dangerous nature can be. A river might look safe on the outside, but its hidden strength can take a life in seconds. It's a warning to everyone. Always respect the water, because one wrong step can change everything forever. A dark, quiet night. And suddenly, the silence is shattered by the most blood-curdling screams you could imagine. Not human, but not something you'd ever want to hear outside your window either.
Holy shit.
The storyteller swears it was the single most terrifying sound ever experienced. Full body chills, goosebumps, the works. Now some people are quick to say, oh, that's just coyotes, they always sound like that. But trust me, when you hear it for yourself, it's not some cute wildlife sound effect. It's the kind of thing that makes your stomach drop. Here's the crazy part. Instead of hiding away, the person telling this story opened the door. Yeah, sounds risky, right? But the reasoning was simple. The screams were coming from a distance. If those creatures were moving closer, the sound would have changed. Now, we all know coyotes usually aren't a huge threat to humans. Still, when there's more than one of them, when the pack starts howling and screaming together, it feels different. The storyteller stood there, cautious, scanning the night, fully aware of just how many unseen eyes could have been watching. In the end, nothing happened, but that sound, that bone-chilling chorus in the dark, was unforgettable. While hiking through a quiet forest, the kind where every step crunches leaves and the wind whispers through the trees, out of nowhere, a huge cloud of smoke drifts across the trail. At first, it just looks like normal smoke, maybe from a campfire somewhere far off. But here's the creepy part. The smoke doesn't move like regular smoke. It shifts, twists, and curls almost as if something or someone is controlling it. The hiker froze, watching it stretch into strange shapes, moving against the breeze. It didn't scatter or fade like smoke usually does. Instead, it floated in eerie waves, sliding across the path like it had a mind of its own. Every step closer made the air feel heavier, like the forest itself was holding its breath. For a second, the hiker swore the smoke was watching back. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the strange cloud slipped deeper into the trees and vanished. Nobody knows what it was. Was it just some weird trick of the wind? Or maybe something far stranger? Either way, that hike was never forgotten. While hiking deep in the forest, a camera was rolling to capture the beauty of nature. The air was calm, the trees whispered in the wind, and everything seemed peaceful, until something completely unexpected happened.
Repérer les traces de l'individu en question dans les bois et comment sur la forêt on a
Out of nowhere, the sound of footsteps echoed from behind. At first it felt harmless, maybe just another traveler on the trail. But when the camera turned, standing there was a tall figure cloaked from head to toe. At first glance, it almost looked human. But then the hood slipped, and beneath it weren't normal features. It was scales. That's when the chase began. The cloaked reptilian lunged forward, forcing the hiker to sprint down the twisting path. Every snap of a branch, every crunch of leaves underfoot, sounded like a warning that danger was closing in. The forest no longer felt safe. It felt alive, as though every shadow wanted to trap the hiker. Heart pounding, breath sharp, legs burning from the run. Yet the creature was still right behind. Then, suddenly, it slowed down, almost as if it wanted to be seen, before vanishing into the trees, leaving only silence behind. What the camera captured that day is still up for debate. Was it just someone in a costume? Or did the forest reveal a secret most people would never believe? One thing's certain, this was no ordinary hike. Deep in the forest, a trail cam caught something strange, almost like smoke drifting between the trees. But here's the thing, there was no fire, no camp nearby, and the movements didn't look natural at all. Some of these shapes twist and curl like mist, while others dart in different directions, almost as if they had a mind of their own. Imagine walking through the woods at night and suddenly seeing fog move against the wind. Pretty creepy, right? Now, this wasn't just one blurry figure. The camera picked up multiples, each one moving differently, crossing paths like shadows dancing in the dark. Could it have been bugs close to the lens? Dust? Or maybe something we can't explain? Nature has a way of hiding mysteries in plain sight. Sometimes what looks like smoke might be nothing more than a trick of the light. Other times it makes people wonder, what else is out there when we're not looking? While hiking, this person saw something that would make anyone stop in their tracks. At first, it looked like a fallen log stretched across the trail, but then it moved. The log had scales, claws, and two glowing eyes that locked onto the world around it. It was an alligator, not just a regular one, but an abnormally large beast, so huge that the narrow trail seemed far too small for it. Each step made the ground crunch, and the forest went strangely quiet, almost as if everything else was too scared to make a sound. The hiker froze, heart racing, because in that moment, It felt less like a casual walk in nature and more like stumbling into the territory of a prehistoric monster. But here's what made it even more chilling. The giant reptile didn't even care. It wasn't hunting. It wasn't angry. It was simply crossing the path, minding its business, as if the entire forest belonged to it. And honestly, with a creature that size, it probably did.
Torpedoes, astern! Torpedoes to starboard! Enemy cruiser detected.
¿Eres de los que dicen sí a todo? Pues es hora de decirlo con toda la energía. No te pierdas los mejores planes del momento con Repsol en escena. Vive todo el ocio en el canal de YouTube de Repsol.
While hiking deep in the woods, far from the nearest town, with nothing but the sound of crickets and the crunch of leaves underfoot, the air was calm, almost peaceful. But then, the silence broke. Out of nowhere, a blood-chilling scream echoed through the forest. It wasn't an animal call that hikers usually hear. No owl, no coyote. This was human, sharp, desperate, and filled with terror. Every step froze, heart racing, eyes darting between the trees. The thought came, someone's out here and they're in trouble. But another thought followed quickly. What if it wasn't a person at all? The mind raced with possibilities. Some hikers say foxes or bobcats can scream like people. Others swear it's something unexplainable, creatures that hide deep in the wilderness. Whatever it was, one thing was clear. The forest wasn't empty. With no phone signal and only the thin beam of a flashlight cutting through the dark, the choice had to be made. Keep moving forward into the unknown or turn back and hope the screaming didn't follow. Two hunters went deep into the woods, expecting nothing more than another ordinary day. But instead of prey, they stumbled onto something out of a nightmare. A wild boar, ripped clean in half as if some giant creature had torn it apart like paper. But here's where things get even stranger. The ground all around was covered in footprints, massive ones, too big to belong to any human. The hunters followed the trail, their hearts racing, as the prints disappeared into the dark forest. Now people are asking the same chilling question. Could this be another sign of the Yeti? The mysterious beast that's said to roam deep, hidden places where no human dares to live? Think about it. No wolf, no bear, not even the strongest wild animal could leave marks like that. And the boar? It wasn't just attacked, it was split apart. That's not normal. That's not natural. Some believe this is proof that the Yeti is real, that it's out there watching, and now and then it leaves a warning. Others say it could be a hoax, maybe hunters trying to scare people. But let's be honest, would you go that far, just for a prank? Paula Miranda Rosa, a 31-year-old woman from Florida, vanished under chillingly mysterious circumstances after a visit to Wekiwa Springs State Park near Orlando. Her car was found abandoned and unlocked in the park's lot, with her phone, wallet, and even her shoes still inside. It was as if she'd simply walked off into the wilderness and vanished. Then came a haunting clue. Hikers in the area captured video and photos of a woman swimming alone in the alligator-infested Wekiva River. Paola's family confirmed it was her. But what puzzled everyone was why she would willingly enter such dangerous waters alone, something her loved ones insisted she would never do. Despite massive search efforts, Paula was never found. No signs of struggle, no definitive answers, just silence. Authorities have ruled out foul play, but her disappearance remains one of Florida's most unsettling unsolved cases. This guy was just waiting for his DoorDash delivery, nothing out of the ordinary, until he heard a knock at the door. But when he checked, there was no food. No delivery. Just this.
Come on. Okay. It's not currently in there.
A shadowy figure was standing dead still by a tree in the distance, watching him. It didn't move. It didn't speak. It just stared. Frozen with fear, he quickly pulled out his phone to record it, then rushed to hide in the bathroom. Eventually, the figure vanished into the night. That's when he called a friend to come pick him up. Would you have opened the door? It was supposed to be a fun 4th of July camping trip. Just 5 close friends spending the night by a quiet, secluded lake. Being from Alaska, they were no strangers to the eerie stillness of the woods or the occasional unsettling sound in the dark. The night was filled with fireworks, laughter, and snapshots by the water. But everything changed when they looked back at one of the photos. A pale, shadowy figure lurked just behind them. The person who took the picture swore no one else was there. What's even more chilling? The lake has a sinister reputation. Hauntings, drownings, and people who vanished without a trace. So who or what was in that photo? And what happened by that lake? A group of young women was enjoying a carefree day by the waterfall, soaking in the sun and serenity. 2 of them waded into the water for a quick dip, laughing and splashing, completely unaware of the danger lurking above. Then, out of nowhere, disaster struck.
Yeah, I'm an AI. but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base44. This finance app solves your business headaches, tracking invoices, managing clients, keeping payments in check, all in one place. Go to Base44 and write your prompt, what your app should do, how it should look, and the problems it should solve. Base starts generating your app right in front of you. Invoice list, client profiles, payment tracking. It's like watching a team of developers, designers, and a business coach bring your idea to life. Now let's make it even better by adding features that fit exactly how you work.
A deafening rumble echoed through the canyon as a sudden rock slide tore down the cliffside. Massive boulders crashed into the water just feet away from them. It could have been a tragedy, but miraculously, not a single one was harmed. Soaked and shaken, they made it out alive, completely untouched by the chaos that nearly claimed them. While combing through footage from his trail cam, a Virginia hunter discovered something chilling and eerie, an almost translucent figure that resembles either a ghostly child or some unknown creature stalking the forest. Some skeptics chalk it up to moonlight playing tricks on the lens, but others? They're not so sure. Is this spine-tingling image actual proof of the paranormal, or just a creepy coincidence captured at the perfect moment? It was the morning of May 9th, 2025. A group of friends hit the road, ready for what was supposed to be a fun, laid-back trip. But just a few miles in, they noticed something strange. A car was tailing them, closely. Trying to be courteous, the driver pulled over to let it pass. Big mistake.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Out of nowhere, the trailing car didn't pass. It pounced. A textbook ambush, fast, aggressive, and terrifying. But this driver didn't panic. He reacted instantly, swerving out of the trap and saving everyone in the car. The entire incident was caught on a dash cam and handed over to the police. It provided investigators with a crucial lead, but as of July 10th, the suspects are still at large. It was a perfect sunny day by a dam in Brazil, laughter, splashing, and good vibes all around. But in an instant, everything changed.
Sai da água! Sai da água, sai da água! Vai, vai, vai! Sai da água! Todo mundo aqui, ó! Sai da água! Socorro! 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 Chega! Chega ligeiro! Chega! Chega!
Out of nowhere, the calm water twisted into chaos as a whirlpool suddenly formed and began racing toward the unsuspecting swimmers. Panic set in. People scrambled to get out. Miraculously, no one was injured. But the terror in that moment, real. A driver was cruising down a quiet road when he spotted what looked like a harmless shadow from a tree. Without a second thought, he kept going, only to realize too late that it wasn't a shadow at all. It was a massive crater. The car plunged in, crashing hard. The vehicle was wrecked, but miraculously, everyone walked away unscathed. Still, the shock, real. While trying to outrun a raging wildfire in Chile, a hiker caught something straight out of a disaster movie. A towering fire tornado ripping through the landscape. Unlike regular tornadoes formed by thunderstorms, fire tornadoes are spinning infernos of flame, smoke, ash, and debris. They form when extreme heat from the wildfire sends scorching air skyward, creating a vacuum that pulls in cooler air from below. If the wind and terrain align just right, the incoming air starts to spin rapidly. Some of these fiery monsters have clocked winds of over 140 miles per hour. Thankfully, the hiker made it out just in time, shaken, safe, and with jaw-dropping footage to prove it. That night, as they reviewed the pictures back at home, one friend's sister noticed something that made her blood run cold. In the background of their group photo was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, seemingly strolling right past them. The strange part? No one had seen anyone near them when the photo was taken. Terrified, she demanded they leave immediately. And when she showed the picture to the rest of the group, their excitement quickly turned to dread. From that night on, they made a pact. No more ghost tours. Was it just a random person they somehow didn't notice? Or did they unknowingly capture something far more chilling, something not meant to be seen? While hiking deep through a shadowy wooded trail near an old Massachusetts estate, this person stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. Standing silently among the trees were life-sized white statues, eerily human, cloaked in ghostly robes, and completely faceless. It looked like a haunting ritual frozen in time. But here's... Can you describe the sound in the recording? Let's go back to the start.
I remember the wind, strong wind. And what the hell happened here?
We got company!
The twist. It turned out to be an outdoor art exhibit at the Mount, the historic home of author Edith Wharton. Still, for those first few chilling moments, it felt like they'd walked straight into a horror movie. Luckily, this time, the fear was all in their head. While walking their dog through a quiet, empty park, someone made a chilling discovery. Lying beneath a tree was a small handmade doll, its fabric body sealed with what appeared to be melted candle wax. Strands of real human hair were stitched into its head, and gripped tightly in its stiff little hands was a torn piece of paper. On it, one word, Christopher, scrawled in frantic handwriting. It didn't feel like trash or a prank. The way it was placed, so deliberate, it felt like a curse. Like someone was targeting Christopher, and whatever this was, it had already begun. Josh and his grandparents lived a peaceful, secluded life deep in the Appalachian Mountains until the neighbors started getting weird. They began trespassing without a word, crossing fences like they weren't even there, completely ignoring boundaries and warnings. The strange behavior escalated fast, creaking footsteps at night, eerie figures lurking just beyond the tree line. Josh reported it all to the sheriff, but nothing changed. So, he set up hidden cameras, determined to uncover the truth. But the footage? It didn't bring answers, only more disturbing questions. What had gotten into these people? And worse, was it even still them? A Reddit user named Spawnkill stumbled upon something chilling outside their cabin. A bunch of throwing knives scattered across the front yard. No note, no explanation, just cold steel lying in the grass. Were they left as a warning? A sick prank? Or something far more sinister? One thing's for sure. Throwing knives don't just appear out of nowhere. And not like this. While visiting his aunt's home in Malaysia, A Reddit user stumbled upon an old photograph hidden high on a dusty shelf, one he barely noticed as a kid. He'd always assumed it was just a peaceful landscape from his late uncle's travels in southern China. But this time, something felt off. There, looming in the distance of the photo, was a dark, human-like figure. At first, he brushed it off, maybe a shadow, or just his eyes playing tricks on him. But after digging up other photos taken from the same spot, the figure was completely absent. No shadow, no shape, nothing. So now he's left wondering, what exactly did his uncle capture that day? A man had slipped into the raging sea near Rabat, Morocco, thrashing against waves that tossed him like a rag doll. Onlookers crowded the shore, desperately reaching out with belts and jackets, trying to save him from the unforgiving current. Then, without hesitation, one man dove in. He reached the drowning victim just as a massive wave crashed over them. For a terrifying moment, both disappeared beneath the churning foam. He reached the drowning victim just as a massive wave crashed over them. For a terrifying moment, both disappeared beneath the churning foam. But then, against all odds, they surfaced. With help from the crowd, both men were pulled to safety, gasping for air. 1 second slower, one slip in timing, and this could have ended in tragedy. While exploring Hobson's Lake Trail in Halifax, a Redditor made a chilling discovery deep in the woods. An old abandoned wooden cabin, hidden beneath layers of overgrowth. But what truly sent shivers down their spine wasn't the structure itself, it was what was inside. Hanging eerily behind a dusty window was a headless doll, suspended from a rusty chain. No movement. No signs of anyone around, just silence, and that disturbing image. They snapped a quick photo and got out fast. Was it a twisted prank? Or something left behind with a darker story? Either way, it's the kind of thing that haunts your thoughts long after you've left the forest. In Hawaii, there's a place that looks like it was ripped straight from a nightmare, the West Kamakuna Lava Skylight. It's a gaping circular hole that peers directly into an active lava tunnel, glowing red hot like the mouth of a furnace. But the real chills come from what surrounds it. The scorched ground nearby is littered with bizarre lava formations and twisted shapes that eerily resemble human limbs, distorted faces, and bodies frozen mid-scream. Some call it a natural coincidence, others think there's something more to it. Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain, it's both haunting and breathtaking. In a century-old home, a woman and her daughter began exploring a section of the house they hadn't stepped into in years. Hidden behind aging wooden panels, they stumbled upon a mysterious, tightly wrapped bundle. The daughter hesitated. Something about it felt wrong. But the mother pressed forward, unwrapping it with her bare hands.
What would be the point of this hanging up? Oh, there's a button. Oh. What's that gray thing? Is that a diaper? No.
Das ist ein Heiler. Und der hat so ein riesiges Schaf.
Escaping the city's hustle and bustle, many
Vamos a seguir grabando.
At first, night after night, her recordings turned up nothing. But then, one evening, things took a terrifying turn. As Celeste quietly walked a deserted hallway, an unsettling growl echoed right next to her phone's microphone. Strangely, she never heard it in person, only discovering it later when reviewing her footage. The noise seemed to follow her, growing louder. As she reached the elevators, the doors began opening and closing on their own, as if something unseen was moving with her through the empty hospital. Celeste realized something was following her, something that seemed to feed off her fear. A few nights later, determined to face whatever it was, she ventured to the top floor, an area known among staff for strange activity. Celeste climbs the staircase, growling, and what sounds like a woman's voice humming a tuneless song can be heard. And when she reaches a closed door at the top, there's a pentagram marked into it, meaning someone marked it there, indicating that evil lurks inside. A few nights later, at 3 a.m., Celeste records this. growls can be heard, and behind the door, a dark figure can be seen. However, when Celeste goes through, no one's there. After posting these clips to the internet, viewers were creeped out. Some believe that this hospital holds something dark, something sinister, or perhaps someone that never left after passing. But what do you think?
The official partner of the UEFA Conference League, Laufen.
En 30 días puedes ganar 3.000 euros sin invertir tu propio capital y sin pasar horas y horas delante de un ordenador y de gráficos complicados. Mi nombre es Enrique Morís y soy el fundador de tradeando.net, la mayor academia de inversiones por número de alumnos y por casos de éxito tanto en Europa como en Latinoamérica. Tras más de 7 años invirtiendo mi propio capital y ayudando a cientos de personas a invertir de forma rentable, tanto yo como mi equipo hemos creado una estrategia que nos permite generar hasta 3.000 euros al mes sin invertir ni un solo euro de tu propio capital, y esto es lo más importante. Básicamente, a lo que ayudamos a nuestros alumnos es a dos cosas. La primera, a conseguir capital garantizado por parte de una empresa, es decir, una empresa te va a prestar su dinero para que tú lo inviertas y no tengas que poner ni un solo euro, y si lo pierdes, da absolutamente igual. Lo único que te van a pedir a cambio es que si ganas dinero les pagues una pequeña comisión. Y lo segundo es a utilizar una metodología para poder invertir ese dinero de forma muy sencilla y paso a paso para que generes rentabilidades y ganes dinero con ese capital que te han prestado. Y además es que no tendrás que pasar horas y horas delante de gráficos, es que tendrás acceso a un canal de Telegram donde yo publico todas mis operaciones en directo, paso a paso, para que solo tengas que copiar y pegar. Y es que ya son cientos de personas normales y corrientes como tú y como yo, a las que hemos ayudado a generar 3.000 euros al mes en menos de 30 días, sin tener que invertir ni un solo euro de su propio capital. Pero es que da igual que lo tengas o que no lo tengas, es que incluso aunque tengas el capital, lo que te vamos a recomendar es que no lo inviertas, que utilices capital prestado, porque si lo pierdes da absolutamente igual. Fíjate, por ejemplo, el caso de esta alumna que está generando 10.000 euros al mes sin invertir ni un solo euro de su capital y por tanto sin riesgo. Nuestro nuevo método de inversión es ideal para personas que quieran generar ingresos sin tener que invertir su propio capital y que quieran libertad horaria y geográfica. De hecho, he aparecido en medios como Forbes, Business Insider, El Mundo y otros muchos medios periódicos digitales, y también en programas de televisión como el de Risto Mejide, Susana Griso, incluso El Punto de Mira, donde hicieron un pequeño documental sobre mi vida, precisamente por ayudar a personas normales y corrientes como tú y como yo a generar ingresos a final de cada mes, y no digo hacerse millonarios ni nada parecido, a vivir un poco mejor a final de cada mes, invirtiendo y dedicándole unas horas al día. Y entiendo el reto que puede suponer empezar en este camino solo y sin tener a alguien que te acompañe. Por eso te vamos a ayudar no solo a conseguir capital garantizado, sino que te vamos a regalar una prueba de fondeo para que puedas tener ese capital de forma asegurada. Y además te vamos a dar una metodología a través de la cual en menos de 7 días vas a poder estar haciendo tus primeras operaciones rentables e invirtiendo sabiendo cómo hacerlo. Además te voy a dar acceso a un grupo privado de Telegram donde te vas a poder ver en directo todas mis operaciones para que simplemente tengas que copiar y pegar. No tengas que hacer nada, ni rastrear gráficos, ni pasar horas y horas delante del ordenador. Solo ver lo que yo hago y copiarlo. Si quieres formar parte de este pequeño grupo de personas que van a aprender mi estrategia y mi metodología para poder invertir y ganar 3.000 euros al mes sin invertir ni un solo euro, tienes que hacer clic en el botón que hay debajo y agendar una entrevista de admisión para que veamos si realmente cualificas. Durante la llamada vamos a analizar tu caso y tus objetivos, tu disponibilidad, y ver si realmente cualificas. Y si creemos que podemos ayudarte, vamos a darte acceso a una de las 10 plazas que abrimos al final de cada mes para poder ayudarte. Abrimos tan pocas plazas para asegurarnos que hay un servicio de calidad, que podemos acompañar uno a uno a cada alumno y asegurarnos que todos los que entran van a conseguir sus objetivos y se van a convertir en un caso de éxito, que será lo que el día de mañana nos traiga más alumnos. Además, solo por el simple hecho de asistir a esta entrevista, donde no te puedo asegurar que seas uno de los elegidos, aún así te vamos a regalar un acceso a un curso gratuito de 500 euros, donde vas a poder dar y entender el paso a paso que necesitas para empezar en el mundo de las inversiones. Un curso que cualquier otro te cobraría por miles de euros, creo que tiene un valor de 500 euros, pero que en este caso te lo voy a dar de forma gratuita solo por asistir a la entrevista, incluso aunque no te seleccionemos. Toca el botón que tienes aquí debajo, el día y la hora que mejor te venga, para que realicemos la entrevista de selección, te conozcamos y veamos si puedes ser uno de los elegidos, y en el peor de los casos recibirás un curso de 500 euros gratuitos para que puedas empezar desde hoy. Nos vemos pronto.
Juki, whose real name is unknown, was staying at a hotel somewhere in Spain. Late one night, they took the elevator up to their room, but the elevator seems to have a mind of its own.
Alright, so it's been doing this for a minute, and there's nothing out there. You need to hit that gym.
This guy, 88 kilograms.
You wanna
Yeah.
figure it out?
Yeah.
Alright, no, that did something,
No. Dude, I don't know.
What is going on?
Are we too heavy? Is there someone there? What the?
The elevator stops on a floor with nothing but darkness. Floor 16, which is under renovation, with no guests and no lighting. The group report it to the front desk, and the receptionist told them that it had happened before, even though no one was staying on that particular floor. For some odd reason, this elevator takes guests to floor 16, and no one knows why. Later that night, Juki and his friends take the elevator back down, but something happens that really creeps them out.
Yo, so this elevator is acting mad weird. We started a few floors up, and
Yo.
Did we stop?
Are we?
To the group's horror, the elevator suddenly shuts down mid-ride, and the group can do nothing but wait to be saved.
alright, so the power is out. The backup, yeah, there you go. The backup generator has been coming on and off. We've been having the time of our lives. And yeah, we're like cooking a life.
The group wait patiently in the elevator for rescue to arrive, but what they don't realize is that they weren't alone in that elevator.
Oh. Oh, he's cooking something.
What are you doing?
Yep. Yep.
I gotta pee.
Oh, you gotta pee.
It's making my bladder. I gotta pee.
You gotta pee.
I feel like a rapper. Go. I gotta pee. I'm holding my bladder.
Yep.
I gotta pee. I don't know where else I'm going. I gotta pee. It's making me mad. I'm like that. I gotta pee somewhere else. Like Bowser.
Guys, this is probably the worst thing.
Now again, did you see it? In the corner of the elevator, something dark rises up right before the lights go out. But what the is it? None of the group noticed it at the time, and what happened next only deepened the mystery, because in this final clip, the elevator doesn't take them to safety.
We're moving.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base44. I built this daily habit tracker that helps users log small wins, track their mood, reflect on past entries, and see how far they've come. It's fully functional, and I didn't write a single line of code. You start by describing your idea, what you want it to do, the features, the look and feel. Now watch Base do its magic, designing the interface, building the database, wiring the logic. It's like asking a team of engineers, designers, and product managers to create your vision instantly. Once you have your first version, you just keep going. I add dark mode, polish the transitions, and make sure it works smoothly across devices. The best part? I can just stay in flow. No blockers, no switching tools, just building. So start with your idea. Base 44 does the rest.
Todo depende de ti, Corelli.
¡Campeón de la fiesta!
Where are we going?
Wait. Stop. No way. No.
That's the same one as before.
No way.
Alright.
The elevator begins to move again, and the group are relieved. However, it doesn't reach the ground floor. Instead, it takes them back to floor 16, the floor filled with darkness. So, what is going on here? A glitched elevator? Or something that wants new guests? And that dark thing in the corner, what was it? Something paranormal? You tell me. This next unsettling video was uploaded to TikTok by El Cesar Torres 1, a creator who's been documenting a series of increasingly disturbing events happening in his home. According to El Cesar, it all started after he began trying to communicate with the other side. Using EVP devices, a Ouija board, and other tools, he hoped to make contact, but instead, something may have answered. Over the following weeks, the activity in his home began to escalate, and soon, El Cesar started to regret ever reaching out. One night, while lying in bed, he hears strange noises outside his room. Then, without warning, the TV suddenly cuts out. Already on edge, he grabs his phone and starts recording, and this is what he caught.
No. No mames. ¿Qué pedo? O sea, chequen, mis manos están aquí. No, ¿sabes?
The TV stops receiving signal, and El Cesar sounds pretty nervous. The TV then switches off. But did you catch it? As the camera pans around the room, a dark figure can be seen just standing there, motionless in the darkness. The video then ends there. After uploading this video to his TikTok account, El Cesar's viewers believe that whatever this is responsible for all the activity he's been encountering in his life. And after watching his other videos, it kinda makes sense, as, well, he may have summoned something he was never meant to reach. A man who goes by the username Native Penguin was out exploring one day when he came across something unsettling. He came across an area filled with old boarding houses for Cherokee girls. Back in 1877, one of those houses burned down, taking its history and possibly more with it. Upon approaching one of the houses, he captures this.
Am I tripping, or is there something going on in here?
After moving to Indian Territory, Cherokee Nation set aside 1 acre of ground for each Cherokee congregation. Moravians, Baptists.
Dude, that's so creepy. Why is this?
sounds can be heard coming from inside one of the old boarding houses, but it's locked shut and no one's inside it. And apparently it's been closed since 2020. He continues looking around and comes across another boarding house. This is where he claims he caught a quote ghost. Watch closely.
Dude, that scared me. I was like, there's someone in there.
At Mountainside Church, where I pastor, we conduct our services in both languages, church and English.
Did you spot it? As Native Penguin peers in through a window, something dressed in white can be seen walking inside the old building. It's pretty hard to see, but if we play it back and forth a few times, we can see that something is definitely moving inside the old boarding house. But the question is, who or what is it? Native Penguin uploaded this video with the caption, "Ghost caught on GoPro," and many agree that this is exactly